Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back once again. It is MoSports TV. You already know what time it is. It's your boy C MoSports. I'm here with Matt Chi. We are back once again. NFL season is finally upon us. Let's fucking go. It is lit. Oh, man, we got so many good things coming this season for y'all, man. It's going to be a great season. I'm super excited. We're going to do an NFC preview this week, and then we'll do an AFC preview next week. And then we're right back in the swing of things, right back in the busy season.
It's crazy.
Back at it.
The fall is here.
We are so back.
It's going to be starting. I mean, we were already talking about just like, oh, how excited we are for football season. Well, guess what? It's upon us. It's finally time to lock in. I mean, you got to be repping your favorite team if you're not already. Make sure you let us know who you're coming in here rooting for. And I don't know, man. I'm just really excited because this NFL season, especially, it feels like there's just so much on the line for so many different guys out there. So I don't know where you want to start off, but I know you said you wanted to talk NFC. Is there a specific NFC team that you think, hey, this is somebody that a lot of people are sleeping on and they could wake a couple people up with how good they could possibly be?
Yes, I actually have a sleeper NFC team.
I wonder if this is the same team that I'm thinking of.
Well, this is the thing about this team. I think people are still sleeping on. There was a little bit of buzz last week about them, but the Atlanta Falcons are going to be a fucking problem in the NFC. They're going to have a say in the NFC in general, not just the NFC South. All right. I think they win the division.
Yep.
But I think in general, the NFC, the Atlanta Falcons are going to have something to say about it.
Definitely. I mean, the only competition you have within that division is Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now listen, Baker had a great season last year, but I'm not expecting anything that's, not beatable when it comes to a win-loss record. And I think the Atlanta Falcons, not only did they prime themselves in this offseason, but you have your worst-case scenario, right? Like, worst-case scenario, Kirk Cousins comes off of this Achilles, and he's not good anymore. Right. Guess who you have waiting in the cut? Michael Penix.
Mr. Big Penix.
Yep. They're definitely they're arriving, along with, of course, you look across and you have the Green Bay Packers in the north who are emerging now as well. I mean, there are so many young teams. So if you had to choose one team that's going to prove all the doubters wrong, is it just the Falcons, or is there anybody else within that NFC, as a broad horizon, who could give teams like the Eagles, give teams like the Lions a run for their money?
Honestly, and I'm talking about teams that nobody's really thinking of right now, like teams that are like nobody's talking about right now. That I'm telling you is going to be a problem. Another team is the Chicago Bears. I don't give a fuck what anybody's talking about. I think the Chicago Bears are finally going to be relevant. I don't know if they'll make the playoffs this year just because how stacked the NFC North is.
Yeah.
With Green Bay and Detroit there.
Right.
But I could definitely see the Chicago Bears making a second wild card spot. I could definitely see it happen. I think Caleb Williams is that good. I think he's that good. With the additions of DeAndre Swift, with Keenan Allen, DJ Moore finally getting a great quarterback.
Right.
Again.
Scrubs.
Because you know what he did when he had one, right? You know what I'm saying? Is night and day, So, I mean, I think the Chicago Bears could really, really make a difference in the NFC as well. Other than that, Spencer Rattler, if the Saints start Spencer Rattler early within the next first 4 weeks, I think the Saints are going to challenge the Falcons.
They're totally out on Carr. Is that the word on the street?
I mean, I think they're getting to that point.
I think
he's week 1 starter, but I think he's on a very short leash, is what I'm trying to say.
I saw a video on Twitter. It's been going viral. It's a guy, he's either working at like a White Castle or something like that. and he is Derek Carr. Like this is Derek Carr's doppelganger, and everyone's been saying like,
don't let him have a bad game.
Well, yeah, but he's already there. That's the thing. Like, you wouldn't be surprised to see, I mean, Desmond Ridder, he has the DoorDash commercial, and it's all bad news when you set yourself up for something like that.
Penix actually has the Amazon.
Yeah, exactly. Like, one bad game is all it takes, and you're going viral, buddy.
I can't lie. If I'm a NFL player, NBA player, I'm not doing any commercials with like working at a lower level job like Amazon, Wendy's, fucking any of that shit.
LeBron is really lucky the Blaze Pizza thing happened as long ago as it did, because if the video of him in the Blaze like cooking pizza came out now, I
didn't even know he had.
He's actually he's a shareholder in Blaze Pizza, so they did a whole promo. LeBron disguised as like just a random pizza guy. So it was funny. If it's on YouTube, you guys can check it out on there.
Absolutely. So what division do you really want to like dig into first?
Well, I mean, do you want to get the worst one out of the way first, being the NFC West?
Yeah,
I think it's just the worst division.
You think it's the worst division?
Because you look, and aside from the 49ers, who is appealing to you to that extent? Now, listen, I have some
the Rams.
I can't get bought in on
the Rams. Look, the Rams are going to have something to say in the NFC West this year. I think
they're back.
Yes, one, because Cooper Kupp is going to be completely healthy off rips. I really, really, really love the combination backfield of Kyron Williams and Blake Corum.
Right.
Blake Corum is going to be awesome for the Rams. I'm kind of scared of Kyron Williams in fantasy, to be completely honest. Ever since they said he's going to be taking punt return touches.
Right. He's going to get smoked.
He's going to get hurt doing that shit, man. He's going to get fucking hurt. And Blake Corum is that good. I really, truly think Blake Corum could be the next like young running back that really goes crazy.
Actually,
he's gonna go crazy eventually, just like I think Penix is gonna go crazy eventually. I think Corum is gonna go crazy eventually. They just have to wait their turn. When that turn's gonna be, we don't know.
Yeah,
but I think the Rams in general can spark a little something in the NFC West. That offense is just too high powered right now.
Is Matt Stafford still in his prime enough to take that team to the promised land?
To the promised land, no, but I still think he's in his prime enough to make noise and make a run, make a deep run if possible. It all depends on the Rams defense.
Is Matt Stafford going to be the best quarterback in the NFC West?
As far as skill goes, yes.
Ooh, are
100%.
You're taking Matt Stafford over Brock Purdy?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. If I'm the GM of the New York Giants, right, this offseason, and say we obviously get rid of Daniel Jones, right? And I had a choice of either trading for Brock Purdy or Matt Stafford. I'm trading for Matt Stafford. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Oh my God, Matt Stafford to Malik Neighbors would go fucking crazy. I don't care what nobody's talking about.
So
bro.
You truly believe that Brock Purdy is only thriving because of the system that he's in San Francisco?
Yes. No, because I do think he could be good in another good system.
Right, but
I think he's a great system quarterback. And there's nothing wrong with being a system quarterback. I've been saying that all the time. There's nothing wrong with being a system quarterback. There's nothing wrong with being a game manager. Brock Purdy is probably the best game manager in the NFL right now. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's only meant for certain systems and certain teams. 49ers, you could be a great game manager and thrive. But if you go to a team like, I don't know, Jacksonville, and you try this shit that you're doing, it's not going to work. It's not going to fucking work. It's not going to work. Now, Matt Stafford can go to any franchise in the NFL and change them instantly. Instantly.
I don't know if he's that good anymore.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's still got the gunslinger in him. He's still got it.
He's always going to be able to throw the football. It's just like,
look what he did with Kenny Golladay, bro.
I mean, yeah, but then again, Kenny was also a good receiver coming up. He just, I don't know, man. Matt Stafford's great, but is he on the downslope of his career?
Yeah, because of his age, though.
Right.
But the skill level, I feel like has not dropped.
Okay.
I don't think his skill level has dropped. He still can throw it with the best of them. He can still fit it in tight spots. He can still target his best receivers. You saw what Puka did. Puka fucking broke rookie records last year.
Yeah, no,
broke rookie records
Puka,
last year with Matt Stafford.
Then again, Puka's a yak machine. So, I think part to that. But Matt Stafford does create great receivers no matter where he goes.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. And I do think Matt Stafford's the best quarterback in the NFC West. I really do.
That defense over there is just so.
But even Kyler Murray has something to say in that too.
He does. I do. I'm a big Kyler Murray guy. People hate on Kyler a
lot. They literally left my mind when you were saying, "Is there another team that NFC West is not that weak as you're trying to say it is?" The Cardinals. Look, bro, that offense is going to be fired too. Marv Harrison Jr.,
right?
Kyler Murray, James Conner, Trey McBride.
Yeah, McBride's tough.
Look, man, that's a good ass offense too, bro.
We have another young receiver, I want to say as well, but of course, I mean,
Dortch.
I'm drawing a complete blank on it.
Phil E, what's up, my boy?
Yo, what up, Phil?
What's going on?
But the Cardinals are definitely not. I mean, they're young, they're up and coming, and I feel like Kyler doesn't get the respect he deserves. Definitely. I mean, he's a great fantasy football quarterback. You know that for sure. But can that now translate to him winning some football games?
So when Kyler has a true bona fide number one receiver, how good is he? He's damn good.
No, he is.
He's damn good every time.
Almost great. Oh, we appreciate that, Phil.
When you have,
thank you.
What did he say?
He said he's new to the channel, just dropped the sub.
Thank you, Phil. Appreciate you, brother.
When Kyler
when he had D-Hop, even when he had Larry, he was going crazy. He was going crazy.
I mean, I like Kyler as a whole, and of course, they have our guy Mac Wilson over there on the defensive side.
Yeah, Mac Wilson as well.
I really like
Michael Wilson.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey man,
that's the number 2 wide receiver for them. Michael Wilson Jr.
James Conner's game is great. I think if they still had Zach Ertz at tight end, they could really do a little something. It's just he could never stay healthy for them.
Trey McBride's going to handle that. He was going crazy.
Well, I mean,
towards the end with Kyler Murray. So
the Cardinals, where can you see them finishing within that division? Is that a 3rd spot?
They could come in 2nd or 3rd place. I don't think they come in 1st. I don't think they're better than the Niners. Not even close.
Unfortunately, the Niners.
But they could come in 2nd place. Yes, they could absolutely come in 2nd place. But Seattle, how are we feeling about Seattle this year?
Seattle, I can't get down with Seattle. I can't. Geno.
Is it because of Geno, or is it because
I was sold on Geno, and I thought last year was going to be a great year for Geno, and that he was really, he found a home in Seattle. But it was just underwhelming, man. I don't know. Listen, you brought in Sam Howell to give him a little fire under his butt. I don't know how much that does for us, though. Geno, I might be out on this one.
Here's the problem with Seattle. They ain't do nothing to improve this offseason.
No,
they just ran it all back, and they let Bobby Wagner go. They haven't really improved anywhere on the defensive side of the ball, and that is their bread and butter.
Right.
When Seattle is good, they have a great defense.
Right.
I don't see where the defense is going to thrive this year.
He got the Seahawks over the Broncos.
In week 1, I have them. Yeah, I have them too.
I feel like you could go to your local Italian deli and pull out 5 guys from the back of there, and they could beat the Broncos right now. It's that bad. Denver is real. I'm sorry, Dev, but it's really scary out there.
Yeah. We'll get to the AFC.
Got till next week.
They're next week. We're going to talk about the Broncos next week.
Yeah.
They stink, bro. Oh, my God. You already know how I feel about the Broncos.
Yeah.
And I got mad love for the Broncos, but them boys suck.
Yeah, it's bad right now.
It ain't looking good for them boys.
But as far as the NFC West, 49ers, they're the powerhouse that everybody knows them to be. Yeah. Now, what is your thoughts on the Brandon Ayuk situation?
I think they need to do something within the next week, whether it's hold him and not do anything and see if he plays or not,
right?
Or trade him.
I think he just gets extended. I think they just crack and they end up extending him. That's what we're seeing most
Do they have
teams end up doing.
Are they can they do that financially though?
Yes,
they
can afford to pay him. It's just it's going to sacrifice them or cost them in the future.
It's going to cost them big time next year.
Just
and the
like
year
the
after.
Dak and CD situation, where if you sign CD, all of a sudden Dak's contract gets really sticky really fast.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what's going on right now.
That's exactly what's going on. And that's what the 49ers are hoping to avoid, but it ain't looking pretty.
Because Brock Purdy's going to have to get paid. And if they have another season like they did last year,
it's true.
That boy is about to get paid.
Yeah.
Paid.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be able to afford it.
No.
If they pay Ayuk.
And you gave CMC the bag. Debo got the bag. Kittle's on a bag. I mean, it's getting real expensive.
You can't give everybody a bag.
Yeah.
You just can't. I mean, honestly, they should just fucking trade him.
They should. I was thinking just get him to Pittsburgh and call it quits.
Call it a day, bro. And this is the thing, Matt. Ayuk wants top 5 money. If you look at
his production,
not even. If you look at the top 5 wide receivers and how much they're making,
right?
Ayuk wants in that range.
It's a lot of money.
And he has, and like you just said, his production does not match these numbers that he wants.
Right. Well,
he does not deserve a CD Lamb contract. He does not deserve a Jamar Chase, a Justin Jefferson, a Amon-Ra, or a Tyreek Hill sort of contract. I'm sorry. And that's the top 5 wide receivers right there.
No, yeah.
He doesn't deserve it. So if the Steelers want to go ahead and do that, be my guest.
What up, Nick? Thanks for tuning in.
Nick, what up, boy?
One studio to another. Matt Cherico, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
We're on the grind, bro. That's
Always.
it. NFL season, man. Listen, we're kicking up.
Oh yeah.
I do think Brandon Ayuk eventually either gets the bag. I think they cave and end up giving him the bag and sacrificing whatever comes in the future.
That's sad. Yeah,
but
that's a sad case.
I don't think it's just a stalemate and he sits out. I think that's the last thing that they want, because as a team like the 49ers, you're already trying. You're
that's a waste.
Playoffs, already. If you're going to do anything, get him off of you quick or keep him at this point. So I think more likely than not, he's going to end up staying in San Francisco. But if there was another team, it would have to be Pittsburgh. It would have to be. It just makes too much sense at this point. And from what
I feel like the deal is already locked.
Right. The groundwork is already there.
Yeah.
If they decide not to extend him. So.
It's just a matter of pulling the trigger. I feel like the deal is already on the table.
Definitely.
They're just and the Browns as well.
Well, the Browns, it was accepted. It just didn't pass Ayuk. He didn't want to go.
He didn't want to go. Which is like, damn.
That is
because imagine, because I'm pretty sure that trade involved Amari Cooper.
It did.
I'm pretty sure Amari Cooper would go over to San Francisco, and that would have been scary.
Yeah.
That would have been fucking scary too. That would have been real scary.
49ers starting the year 5-0, and nobody could change my mind on that. Well, they got a couple to start off, so at least.
Well, what's their first 5 games? Let's check it out here.
It's nothing crazy. I mean, I was looking at some schedules earlier in the week, and I think the strength of schedule. I mean, for our Giants, it ain't looking good. I'll tell you that much. The Giants might not win a game in the first month and a half of football.
We might not win a game if that's the case.
No, it's scary out here for the New York.
Well, first of all, I mean, they have one hard game in the first 5 games. They got the Jets week 1. First of all,
right? But
that could look, Matt. They could lose that game, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right fucking now. The Niners could lose that opening game. It's Monday night. Underdog primetime night games. You know how I feel about underdogs in primetime games, bro.
They're the underdog?
No, the Jets.
The Jets are the underdog.
Yes. In prime time.
Oh, okay.
Underdogs always smack in prime time.
Right,
the spread.
Right. I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
But I can definitely see the Jets winning outright in that game.
I need to see Aaron Rodgers take more than one snap in order
We got to see it, but if it's as good as advertised.
Right.
If the Aaron Rodgers to Garrett Wilson connection, if Breece Hall is as good as advertised.
Oh, Breece is.
Listen. That Jets team, listen. We'll save it for next week, but That Jets team might have something to say.
Yeah,
That's all I gotta say.
Bills, they're pretty set up until week 7, realistically, where they play the Kansas City Chiefs. Other than that, you got the Vikings W, in division with the Rams W, Patriots W, Cardinals in division W, week 6 against the Seahawks as well.
And then they got the Chiefs. Then they got Chiefs Cowboys.
Chiefs Cowboys.
That will be challenge. They'll split that, I think. You know, they'll win one, they'll lose one. Which ones they win, which one they lose, that I don't know. They got the Packers. That's going to be a tough game.
Bills, I can't even count on the Bills anymore.
Bills, whatever. They got the Lions and the Dolphins.
To end the season, the Lions and the Finns is pretty cool. That's going to be a real test.
I see the Niners going 11-5. That's 12-5. 12-5. 12-5 for the Niners. Second seed.
Aaron Rodgers needs to hang it up. He's trying to be Brady.
Eh.
Nick says, I don't think he's trying to be Brady. Nobody can be TB. But A-Rod is still out here at 40, still hanging on. I got to respect it. And honestly, he's got a great team. So how can you not?
I like A-Rod this year. I don't give a fuck.
A-Rod's definitely a fantasy. I mean, I grabbed him in fantasy and
I
it
did
cost
too.
me like two leagues last year. Off rip. It sucked.
Yeah, that hurt.
Yeah.
I grabbed Garrett Wilson in the second round last year with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
That fucking
I had a Wilson
that killed me.
Rodgers.
That killed everything. It killed the whole fucking year for me.
Yep.
It did. But I would run it back in fantasy if I had a chance to do it. If I had the opportunity. I've had the first pick in 2 drafts, and then I got the and then I had the 4th pick. So 1 pick I got Tyreek because I have A-Chain. Right. I mean, I got Tyreek as one of my first picks.
Right. And
then on Sunday, I have my other first pick. And I'm going to take Christian McCaffrey because I have A-Chain as a keeper.
Oh, nice.
So I'm not going to stack Tyreek and A-Chain. I mean, I could, but I'd rather diversify the portfolio, you know?
Definitely.
I'd rather, have Tyreek on one team, CMC on the other. Right. I took Bijan at the 4 spot.
Can't be mad at that.
In my other draft. So
let's talk about them. The NFC South.
All right, but we have the Niners winning the AFC West.
Yeah, I had Niners. I mean the NFC West. Cardinals.
Niners. Fair. All right. What now? NFC South?
Yeah. Talk to me. So Atlanta Falcons, they're a wild card, man, because you get a guy like Kirk and you bring him in. You have a stud receiver in Drake London. You have Kyle Pitts, who is like untapped still. You don't know what he's capable of. It's just like, what are you going to get from these guys? They have a good defense. The defense is on the up and up.
The defense is there, man. Listen, the Atlanta Falcons offense is going to be electric this year. With Pitts, I don't even think Pitts is going to be the third. He's going to be like the third option. Honestly, it's going to be Bijan number 1, Drake London 2, and then Pitts. And we're forgetting about Moody.
Yeah, no,
they have Moody over there too.
And
Moody's going to be tough. He's going to be tough. And look, they got AJ Terrell, Jesse Bates.
Yeah.
Justin Simmons. They just got.
And, what's his name from the Patriots as well? Judon, right?
Matt Judon.
Right.
Listen, and they already had a decent defense last year.
Yeah.
Now that defense is kind of stacked.
And they got their garbage head coach up out of there. So it's like, all right,
that too.
Lock in now.
Look, I really think the Falcons pretty much run away with this division.
Run away.
I think so.
Damn.
I think
the Bucks got nothing to say about it.
No, I don't. I mean, the Bucks are gonna have something to say, but I have to say, I think they get swept by Atlanta. I think Atlanta wins the division by 2 games. By 2 games. But I also think Atlanta's gonna be 12-5.
12-5.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
man.
Let's look at the schedule. And that's just me not looking at the schedule.
Atlanta Falcons. So game 1. We got against the Steelers.
W.
Eagles, Chiefs, LL.
All right.
Then
hey, that's not. We don't know if that's LL, bro. That could be WL.
Wow. Eagles.
They could beat the Eagles. I'm telling you, they can.
At
The
the
Eagles are
length,
over
8-15.
fucking rated, bro.
So after that, you got in division Saints, Bucks, Panthers.
Dubs, bro.
Nick, I appreciate you, bro. He dropped a sub. We appreciate that though, for sure. Thanks for looking out. You're the man. Seahawks, Bucks, Cowboys.
Seahawks. What did it say? Seahawks what?
Seahawks, Bucks, Cowboys, 2-1.
Yeah.
Saints, Broncos, Chargers. They have a nice schedule, honestly.
It's not bad, bro.
Then Vikings,
Broncos,
Raiders, Giants, Commanders, Panthers.
Bro.
Yeah.
They're going to lose maybe 4 games. This schedule is fucking cake, bro.
Yeah.
I was being conservative at 12-5.
That's hysterical.
In my opinion. I'm being conservative. They can take the loss versus the Eagles. Fuck it.
Yeah.
That's still only 4 losses, bro.
That's crazy, man.
Look. FanDuel. This is my futures bet for FanDuel, guys. We're doing a new segment. We're going to give you a bet every week. This is my bet. What is the over-under for the Falcons? On team total wins.
FanDuel.
It don't even got to be FanDuel.
We'll go with FD Sportsbook real quick. It's the one I got on hand.
It's at I think it's at 9.5.
Wow.
9.5. 9.5. Super Bowl plus 2,600 to win the Super Bowl. In terms of making the playoffs, the Falcons are minus 215.
Oh, okay. So they really,
so they're high on the Falcons. The sports books are high on the Falcons. They see the strength of schedule. Their division is ass. They've revamped the whole offense and defense.
Yo, these odds are terrible, honestly. Why are the Pittsburgh Steelers plus 186? You know what I mean? Like these
for
odds,
what? To make the playoffs?
to make the playoffs. Like I need at least plus 250, plus 300. Like there are some, and I've been seeing this. The odds are not good. People were talking about touchdown odds being very much watered down. People were talking about,
you know how the sports books are, man.
They already caught on.
You know, guys, you know.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
They've caught on at this point. So I don't know. I don't know what to think. But you look across in that division. Let's talk about the Tampa Bay Bucks because Baker Mayfield, you still got Mike Evans. You still got Chris Godwin. Rashad White, another year. He's looking. So, you know, I like him.
The Bucks aren't a bad team at all. I just don't. I think they had I wouldn't call it a fluke season, a fluke run.
Oh, Phil, you're going to love basketball season.
We're can't wait, especially if you're a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
Because we're 2 diehard Knicks fans over here, buddy. Yeah. I promise you that. We go fucking crazy over the Knicks. But, damn, man, the Bucks, I think the Bucks are going to be good, but they're not going to be good enough. I think they're a 9-10 win team this year.
The defense, you lost Devin White.
That's a big loss.
That's killer.
That's a huge loss.
Somebody retired, right? Was it Levante David that retired?
Yep.
I think. So
that's not good. They lost their whole linebacking core there. That's the core of the defense.
Yeah, all they have is Winfield left from that Super Bowl team.
Winfield Jr. Yeah. I mean, don't they? Who has Asante Samuel? Chiefs?
No, he's the Chargers.
Chargers? Yeah, I'm bugging. But
no, I mean that division. Listen, this is why we wanted to say the West and the South now because they're the least entertaining, right? Not much glitz and glamour when it comes to the Bucks, the Saints, and the Panthers. I'm not sure if there's anybody within Carolina you want to talk about. I mean, year 2 of Bryce Young. They got Xavier Legette.
What do you think? What do you think the Bucks record is going to be, Matt? Before we move on,
I mean the Bucks. I got them winning 8 games this season.
Week 1, like I want to go through the schedules and stuff. Like I like that because like that's good clip material. I feel like Commanders at Bucks, that should be a W. Week 1, they play the Lions. That's a loss in my opinion. Broncos, that's a W. Eagles loss. Falcons loss. Saints, They're gonna split the Saints. Bucks and the Saints are gonna split each other. I feel
that's
like
a battle of the ass.
Ravens lost, Falcons
then they lose their next 4 games.
lost, Chiefs lost, Niners lost. They have a hard schedule.
Yeah.
Giants, they'll probably win. Panthers will probably win. Raiders, that's up in the air.
Chargers up in the air.
Chargers, yeah, up in the air.
End up splitting with the Panthers.
Losing to the Cowboys. They'll sweep the Panthers. 8 wins.
8 wins.
9 wins. 8, 9 wins. I was saying 10, and I was being nice. I'm really thinking 8 or 9.
Falcons, Bucks, and then I got the Saints, and the Saints are going to win like 6 games, and then the Panthers are going to win about 5, 6 games.
Let me tell you about the Saints real quick before we go to the bum ass Panthers. Like I said, the Saints, it's up to them how good they are. If they start Spencer Rattler week 2, week 3, they have a real shot. I don't give a fuck. Spencer Rattler has been impressing the fuck out of me this whole offseason, his training camp, his preseason games. He's been putting it on the dime to a lot of players. Man, listen, if they can get Rattler in there, man, look, I think the Saints could win 9, 10 games if they put Rattler in early. If they don't, 6, 7 wins tops.
I mean, the
same for the Panthers.
Crazy. They got Carolina, then it's Cowboys, Eagles. They have a small stretch here. Cowboys, Eagles, Falcons, Chiefs. Those are probably 4 L's. Bucks, Broncos, Chargers, Panthers. They'll probably win 2 of those games.
Yeah.
2 sounds fair. Then you got Falcons, Browns. Those are 2 L's.
It's 2 L's.
Rams, Giants, Commanders, Packers.
They could get 2 wins out of that.
Right. Then you finish off.
I think the Giants can beat the Saints.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I think so.
You finish off with the Raiders and the Bucks. So
it's not looking good for the Saints. I can't lie.
We're 2 Giants fans, by the way, Phil. So, no, it's scary out here. I mean, they were better off when they had Jameis than when you have Derek Carr. I'm not a Derek Carr guy. I'm sorry. I'm
not a Derek Carr fan. And like a lot of guys were talking shit to me in the group, like, oh, you would take Derek Carr all day right now over Daniel Jones. No, the fuck I wouldn't. I actually wouldn't. I'm sorry. And I'm not saying Daniel Jones is good, but I'm telling you.
They're both bums.
Why would I replace one bum with another?
Yeah.
You know? And that's exactly I'm going to take a young bum and swap him out with an old bum? No. Fuck. At least my bum can run and do other shit. Derek Carr just fucking gets picked off all day. So, I mean, fuck that. And the Panthers, I mean, they got what, Leggett, you said? Yeah. They got, who else did they get? I don't fucking, they lost Brian Burns. They got worse. They got fucking worse.
I mean, I like Leggett. He's pretty good.
That's cool.
Down at USC.
That's cool, but I feel like the Panthers, how are you the worst team in the NFL and got worse?
Yeah. I mean, that's just a franchise thing, though. Like, they're not a great franchise. We know that already.
That franchise is ass, boy. It's sad.
They got the Saints week 1. You got Saints, Chargers, Raiders.
That's a soft schedule, too.
I still think they only win 1 of those.
1, yeah.
I don't know who it's against, but they'll get 1.
Mm-hmm.
Bengals, Bears, Falcons. L's. 3 L's.
Yeah.
Commanders, Broncos, Saints, Giants.
They could win 1.
1 of those games.
Yep.
Chiefs, Bucks, Eagles, Cowboys. L's.
None. 0.
Cardinals, Bucks, Falcons.
Have a shot at the Bucks. And that's
Have a shot at 1 game.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
They're going to win 4 games tops. They're going to be
back in the lottery.
Yeah, they're going to be back in the top 3 picks.
Yeah, that's bad.
Definitely in the top 3 picks. If they have another year like this, which they will, could possibly see them moving on from Bryce Young?
Not yet. They're the type to let it simmer for 3-4.
Good. Because I want them to keep Bryce Young 1 more year.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they give him still 1 more year. I think 3 years for a young guy is like the timetable, unless you're Daniel Jones, and now it's like, oh, year 7, and we're still like, all right, here we go. You know,
fuck my life. All right, next, so we got the Falcons winning the division.
Yep,
Bucks, Saints. Panthers. All right. Let's go on to the NFC North.
On to the North.
Want to go to NFC
The
North?
North. All right, let's talk about the Detroit Lions. Obviously,
This is going to be a good fucking division when it comes to like
the Lions won
the competitiveness.
Right.
of
Now, the
division.
Lions had it last year, but let's not act like Jordan Love and the Packers aren't right on the heels.
They're
of
right
this.
there, boy. I'm
They
telling
are
you, them
just as good.
them
of a
Packers,
team.
boy. I'm telling you.
Lambeau is going to be jumping this year.
Mm-hmm.
Lambeau is going to be busting. I got the Packers. I think they win, depending on the schedule. Now, I'm going to take a glance at it, but I think the Packers win 12 games this year. And
Let's take a look.
I think Jordan Love gets them.
So they added Xavier McKinney as well.
Yep.
Josh Jacobs. They already have Dobbs, Watson, and Wicks.
Oh man, you got Eagles, Colts, Titans.
They can win 2 out of 3.
Yeah,
2 out of 3 out of those.
Vikings, Rams, Cardinals.
3 dubs.
This game, week 7, is going to be electric against the Texans.
Oof.
That's a great game.
Oof.
That's a great game.
Oof.
That's a 1:00 game on CBS.
That's crazy. That might get flexed. It's week 7. Can they flex stuff?
I don't know.
Week 7? I think that's later on. But
that's a great game though.
I can see them losing that game. Honestly, they gotta take some sort of L's.
Yeah.
Here, right? So
Jags, Lions, Bears, Niners.
2-2.
Right. Then you got the Finns, Lions, Seahawks, Saints.
They got a tough schedule.
They do have a tough
They
schedule.
got a tough schedule.
I still think they get 10 to 12 though. But I'm gonna go not the 12 plus. I'm gonna say 10 to 12 because that 2 games can vary.
11-6, right? 11-6 would be the record.
Right.
I'm gonna go 11-6, second place
Behind the Detroit Lions.
behind the Detroit Lions.
Now let's talk.
Correct.
Let's see what
Let's
the
talk
Lions
some
got
Detroit
going on.
Lions.
I mean, obviously they're incredible, and they were last season as well. Can they?
They should have
repeat
went
that
to the
match?
Super Bowl,
They
in my
should've.
opinion. They lost that game because of lack of playoff experience.
Right.
They were up how much?
That was their,
24 to something crazy, like
they were up
24 to
2
7.
touchdowns. Yeah.
They were up 2 touchdowns at one point in the first half. I think even in the second half they were up 2 touchdowns, and they just folded, absolutely fucking folded. I think now since they've been there and they've experienced everything that they had last year, I think that's going to propel them into greatness this year because you have to go through some sort of adversity to really, become a winner in this league. Like it's not Patrick Mahomes and stuff like that. Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Those are once in 2-decade happenings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where somebody can just come in and throw for 50 touchdowns and win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? The Lions, they didn't lose anybody.
No.
If anything, Jameson Williams is going to emerge in this offense now. You have Amon-Ra, you got Laporta. Montgomery Gibbs backfield is the best dual backfield in the NFL.
Yeah. No, they really
by far.
Looking at their transactions, there's nobody that's like that much of a difference maker.
They ain't really do nothing on defense. They're running it back on defense, correct?
Yeah. Yep. I think
so. I mean, I think they go
agree,
12.
Nick.
I think they go 12-5 or even 13-4.
The schedule's definitely in their favor. They got the Rams, Bucks, Cardinals, 3 wins. 3 wins. Seahawks, Cowboys, Vikings, 3 W's.
Should be 3 W's. They're gonna have some.
It's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough against the Cowboys, but I think they will pull it out.
Titans, Packers.
So that's 6-0.
Yeah,
they're starting
Titans,
off.
Packers, Texans.
I think they'll regress a little bit and go 1-2.
I think so too. That's what
I think they're gonna split the Packers, and I think they'll lose the first game. So what's that? 7-2?
Yeah.
7-2.
7-3. Because we said the Cowboys game could go either way.
I'm giving them the W.
You're giving them the W. Okay.
Yeah, 7-2.
So 8-2.
8-2. My bad.
Week 11 against the Jags. Then you got the Colts, Bears. That's 3 dubs.
They could lose one of them.
They can lose.
They could
one
lose
of
to
them
the Colts.
the Colts.
They could lose to the Colts. They could. That could be a trap game for them.
Packers, Bills, Bears.
They'll lose one. And honestly, I think they split the Bears too.
They might split.
I think they split the Bears.
The Bears are in division's always tough. It's always
it's gonna be a hard division. It's gonna be hard.
Then they cap off with the Niners and the Vikings.
So they'll go 12-5.
They will. Yeah,
they'll go 12-5.
They got a better schedule.
They'll go 12-5. They'll win the division by 1 game over the Packers.
Yep.
That's what I believe. The Bears, like I was saying before, the Bears are that sleeper team for me, man. Like, other than the Falcons, the Bears are going to be absolutely electric on offense. I think Caleb Williams is going to be that guy. I think he's going to be as advertised. I think he's going to come in and fucking throw crazy rock around. If you watch the preseason of him, it's very Mahomes-like.
He is. He's dominant. It's
very Mahomes-like. Like, style of play. I'm not saying his skill level is at Mahomes level. It's not even close. We're not there yet. I'm not going to put that out there. But as far as style of play,
right, he's up there.
Extending the play and throwing on the run in crazy spots across the field on the money, Caleb Williams and Patrick Mahomes look just alike coming out of college.
No, I mean, he's got that little sidearm motion to him. The film is there. Can he put it together in the NFL? I mean, all the pieces are there for him to do so. So I like the Bears, and I think they emerge definitely this season. But with that division being as hard as it is, it's going to be tough. And it's not going to happen year one. So I think they win 8 to 9 games this season, but it's only going to get them 3rd place, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think they win. I think they can win 10 games, bro. I think they can win 10. I know. We'll see what happens.
Division games are tough. You got to remember.
You got tough divisional
games
and then they got to play the NFC East as well, and that's going to be tough. Yeah, 9, 10 is the ceiling. I would say 7's the floor, but it'll be in between that. And I think they'll be fighting for a wild card spot. I think they can land a wild card spot. I really do.
That's fair. I
really, truly think they can snag one of these wild cards.
And then that just leaves the Minnesota Vikings.
Worst team in the NFL.
They're down there, definitely, especially now with JJ being done for the year.
I can see them being the worst team in the NFL.
You got Sammy D back there throwing to the highest paid receiver in the NFL. It just is
tragic. I can't lie.
Not Darnold either. And I mean just Stars. But there's not much to say when it comes to them.
I think they win 4 games tops.
Right.
It's gonna be the battle of Shedeur Sanders week 1.
Right. Yeah, who's gonna get Shedeur? It's the Travis Hunter sweepstakes at this point.
The Travis Hunter Shedeur Sanders sweepstakes.
That's really all it's
like. Is Shedeur Sanders really the bona fide number 1 quarterback coming off the board?
He's
like
the hottest name.
Why he's just the hottest name. I really don't think he's the best quarterback. I don't know if he's gonna be the best quarterback yet.
No,
it could be Blake. It could be Ewers. It could be fucking the guy from Georgia.
Right.
There's a couple other good quarterbacks coming out of this draft, but we'll see what happens. But Vikings versus Giants is going to be the battle of the ass.
It's going to stink.
If the Giants lose week 1 versus the Vikings, might as well pack the whole season up.
Yeah.
Jordan Addison's out. He's suspended 6 games.
Right.
JJ McCarthy's hurt, gone for the year.
No, they lost. There's no Dalvin Cook anymore. There's no Adam Thielen. This is not the Vikings.
This is not that Diggs. Like, that's not that team anymore.
It's over for them.
That team is cooked, bro.
Yeah.
By the way, fucking Dalvin Cook to the Cowboys. How do you feel about that? Let's move on to the NFC East.
Yeah. Dalvin Cook to the Cowboys.
Let's talk about the Cowboys.
Needle mover. I mean, they got him and Zeke. I mean, in 2016, this would have been electric.
This is the problem with the Cowboys, in my opinion. I still think they're a great team, right? But they did absolutely nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing to improve the team this year.
But Jerry Jones is the best GM to exist ever, according to Jerry Jones.
Well, according to Jerry Jones. Because literally all they did this offseason was the CD deal.
Yeah.
They did not improve anywhere. At any place nowhere. No, they did not improve anywhere.
No, and they had a nice little game of something going on between Micah and CJ Stroud. That's really been about it.
They're gonna lose Micah.
They're
gonna keep fucking playing. He's gonna go to the Texans if they want to keep playing around. But the Cowboys. I mean, do I think they're the second place team? Yeah, I do.
That hard though.
It's not. That's not a hard. That's not saying anything though.
Right.
That's not. I think they can win 10 games still.
The schedule's tough though. I mean, they got Browns week 1. That's no snooze fest.
It's
Browns
not.
are here.
That's going to be a tough game. I do think they come out with the W.
Yep.
I do think they win that though.
Saints, Ravens, Giants.
They'll win 2 out of the 3.
Right. Steelers, Lions, Niners.
Lose 2 out of the 3. They'll beat the Steelers.
Yep. Falcons, Eagles, Texans.
Loss.
Yeah, that could be really tough.
Loss.
I mean, I could see them beating the Falcons, but the other 2 games, I definitely see them dropping. Commanders, Giants, Bengals.
Loss, win. I mean, win, loss.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Panthers, Bucks, Eagles, Commanders. They go 3-1.
They go 3-1 right there. Yep.
I think they get, or I don't know. They might.
What does that equal? That's like 6. That's like 7 losses right there. They're 10-7.
They're 10-7.
10-7. That's realistic. Second place, 10-7. Lose in the first round, per usual, and then it's gonna be rebuild time.
Yeah.
That's what's going on with the Cowboys. They're gonna have to completely rebuild after this offseason.
They've been procrastinating to rebuild for a minute now.
They have, and this is the last year of like Dak Prescott. This is Dak Prescott's last year in Dallas. CeeDee Lamb solidified that.
Yeah.
This is Dak Prescott's last year in Dallas.
Yep.
And don't be surprised if he comes to the Giants. That's all I gotta say about that.
Sheesh.
That's all I gotta say about that. We'll use that 40 M's that we were just spending on Danny Jones and just fucking flip it into Dak Prescott real fucking quick.
At this point,
and I would not be mad. Would not be mad. And we draft a rookie quarterback on top of that to sit behind him.
Right.
That's what I think the Giants do this offseason.
I don't hate it.
I would be very satisfied with that.
You want to talk about Big Blue? See what we got going on?
Yeah, let's talk about him. Let's talk about him.
We'll save the best, I guess, for last. In that sense of the number 1 in the division.
Like, here's the thing with the Giants, though, Matt, that leaves me a little bit optimistic is that we've improved
a lot.
I think the team is a lot better, even though we lost Saquon and McKinney. I think we've improved significantly in the places where we desperately needed to improve besides the quarterback position.
Right.
Our offensive line, I think, is absolutely back. I think we're here.
Aside from John Michael Schmitz, I mean, he's just looked so.
If
tough.
JMS is our weak link, that's a good thing, bro, because he was our second best lineman last year. Which is fucking crazy to say.
I mean, you got Evan Neal, who just
he's not starting. So who cares? Fuck Evan Neal.
I don't know, man.
I think the line is there. Did you not watch the preseason game?
No, I mean
they look fucking solid, bro.
It's just that's happened before. I can't get optimistic.
I think the offensive line is there, and I really think the defensive line is really gonna be a problem.
Definitely
for other teams.
The line is definitely nasty.
Dexter Lawrence is the best interior lineman, defensive lineman in the NFL, combined with a top 3 or 5 edge rusher.
Yeah, top 5.
Top 5 edge rusher, I would say, in Brian Burns. Kayvon Thibodeau is coming off of an 11.5 sack year.
Yeah, no,
we're acting like Kayvon is not not good,
and they're letting him rush the passer a lot more. So,
and they were most of these guys were getting double teamed last year. They can't double team none of that. With the addition of Elijah Chapman, who I really like a lot as a rookie coming in.
Of course, you got Okereke over there, who's been
Okereke, Micah McFadden at linebacker. That's gonna be great. Deontay Johnson, rookie, who I really like. The defense looks pretty solid. The only thing we're really missing on defense is a second corner.
Yeah,
it's a second corner. Deonte Banks is really good, but Flott or who's the other one?
When we lost to Dory, that definitely hurt.
I still think the Giants are going to pick up a corner by week 1. I do think so.
So
I do think so.
Week 1, we got Minnesota, Washington, and the Browns.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, Matt.
You think
we can either be 0-3 or 3-0? And I'm not like, I'm sorry. Like, you can call me delusional. Y'all can call me what you want. But these are 3 winnable games, Matt.
They're not
3 winnable
not
games.
Not winnable. I just don't think that we beat the Browns.
Browns, like, you're very high on the Browns from what I've been hearing in these schedule predicaments. Oh, look out.
I think the Browns are definitely better than advertised, and I think Deshaun has a better year than what people have given.
This is no Nick Chubb Browns we're playing, by the way.
You don't think he plays week 1?
He's on the PUP list. He doesn't play the first 4 games.
First 4, okay.
He's out the first 4 automatically already. So we're not going to see Nick Chubb in that.
Oh no, they don't have Kareem. He's a free agent right now.
It's Jerome Ford.
Ford's still tough.
Ford is tough. Don't get me wrong, but it's 3 winnable games.
It's
bro.
not.
I don't give a fuck.
Definitely,
Bro.
It's up in the
3 winnable games, bro.
Cowboys, Seahawks, Bengals. We beat the Seahawks.
We can beat the Seahawks.
Eagles, Steelers, Commanders.
We can beat the Steelers and the Commanders.
Panthers, Bucks, Cowboys.
2 definitely winnable games, and like we have a real shot at splitting the Cowboys this year.
Week 14, Saints, then the Ravens, then the Falcons, then the Colts, then the Eagles.
Well, that's where shit goes south. Shit gets a little scary right there. We'll beat the Saints, but those last games. But listen, Matt. Here's the thing, though, bro. Say if we do somehow surprise everybody, and like 2 years ago, right? Daboll's first year. This is what our mindset was going into that year as well. We're gonna be fucking ass. We're gonna be dog shit. It's a rebuilding year. Blase. And then we wind up 6-0.
Competitive, yeah. Very
competitive. Win a fucking playoff game. Last offseason, our heads were fucking to the fucking moon. We're thinking the Giants have a shot at the division this time last year.
Yeah.
You remember the post I posted?
Yeah, no. I mean,
our heads were fucking big going into last year, and we fucking shit the bed. Now we're humbled again. Going into this year.
Yeah.
And I feel like this team is better than all 3 of those teams.
Oh, absolutely.
This team is better than all 3 of those teams.
Absolutely. I would agree
100% better.
Definitely agree with that.
So, like, even though I'm expecting the Giants to be bad, I always going to have that little glimpse of hope in August, Matt.
Gotta have
that little gleam of fucking hope. I still got it, bro.
Definitely
I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say. I don't care. The Giants are either going to be good or really fucking bad.
Right.
There's no in between. There's not going to be an in between. We're either going to win 9-10 games or we're going to win 2-3 games. There's no in between.
Yeah.
No, there's not going to be a fucking 6-win season. It's not going to be a fucking none of that, bro. It's either we win 9-10 games, 11 games, or we win 2-3 games and get the first pick and get our quarterback. There's no in between. It all depends on what Daniel fucking Jones wants to do.
That's the
literally what this whole season depends on, because now he has one of what I think is going to be the best wide receiver in a long time, Malik Neighbors. Look, I don't care. He has weapons. We don't have Barkley no more, but we have a line. And we have Malik Neighbors, and we have Wandell coming back. He loves Slayton.
He does love Slayton.
Singletary, I don't know how I feel about Singletary. I like Tyrone Tracy a lot, though.
That's unfortunate, his injury.
He's back week 1.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, he's back. He's already back practicing, bro. He's been back. He's been back since last week. He's just not going to play in any more preseason.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, look.
I'm anticipating 7 wins. At the highest.
I don't know. I'm not going to predict the Giants because I'm good. I'm good on predicting the Giants.
Fair.
I'm not going to predict them because it's a loss for me, regardless. If I say the Giants are going to be terrible, they're going to clip it and say, look at Corey, he has no fucking faith in this team. Oh, well, you know what I'm saying? If I say we're gonna win 10 games, look at this fucking delusional piece of shit. And then if I predict 7, 8 games, I realistically don't see the Giants winning in that range. It's either going to be very good or very bad. So that's all I got to say about the Giants. We're either making the wild card or we're going to be the first pick. That's it.
That's fair.
We're not winning the division, though. I'll give you that.
Oh, let's
talk about the Washington. Let's talk about
Washington Commanders. They added, of course, Jaden Daniels.
Great addition.
That's good of an addition as you could get. I think he's going to be a good quarterback in the NFL.
Good.
I think he's going to be good. I don't think he's going to be great.
I agree.
What do you see happening over in Washington? What's their ceiling?
I don't know. Like that, they are a huge question mark to me, Matt. Can they be the regular Washington franchise and just go to dog shit and just ruin Jaden Daniels' career?
More likely than not.
Which is a higher percentage of happening than not happening.
Traded Jahan Dotson, don't forget.
Just what? Why?
Stupid.
Why?
Stupid.
They added Eckler, washed up ass Eckler.
Yeah.
He's not going to do anything for y'all.
Bad teams stay bad, though.
Yes, the Panthers, Washington, like these are all teams that I'm like, bro, like what are y'all doing? Like, what did they do on defense? Nothing. Did they pick up anybody on defense at all?
No.
I honestly, I can see Washington coming in last in the division. Still, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, no,
I can see it happening.
You look at their schedule, and
they're not good.
It doesn't look good for them. I mean, you got the Bucks, Giants, Bengals. Easily could go 0-3 right there.
They could. Then they can go 2-1 too at the same time. They could beat the Bucks.
Then you look. You got Cardinals, Browns, Ravens.
They could be 0-6 as well.
Panthers, Bears, Giants.
They'll beat the Panthers.
Right. Steelers, Eagles, Cowboys. They'll beat the Steelers.
They could beat the Steelers. That's a 50-50 game.
Titans, Saints, Eagles, Falcons, Cowboys.
They have a shot at the Titans. I still think they lose to the Titans, but they lose the rest.
Yeah. It's bad, man. I mean,
they're not going to be good. They're not going to be good.
They're a team that should look at Travis Hunter. Honestly, that's somebody who should.
That would be a perfect fit.
Their mold.
That could very well happen.
And Jaden Daniels, that's kind of appealing. You could sell some jerseys at least, but
damn,
they're bad.
They're not going to be good, bro.
No, they're going to win 4 games, 5 games.
They're not going to be good. They're coming in last place.
Definitely, they might be the worst team in the league.
Possible, very possible. Or Jaden Daniels could be like RG3, come in and just really start fucking shit up.
Shit. Yeah.
It depends on, like, if Jaden Daniels comes in and starts tearing shit up, then, I mean, they'll win 8-9 games. Possibly make a wild card
I think
run.
The most that they win is 7 games. Like, absolute most looking at that schedule.
Yeah, they have a tough schedule.
They got a tough one.
It's not looking good for them. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Washington remains Washington. Honestly. They are who they are. They are who they are. They can't get rid of the identity. It's sad.
And that just leaves the Philadelphia Eagles.
Look,
Eagles went and got Jahan Dotson. They got Saquon Barkley. They lost Jason Kelce. Huge loss. Let's not act like that's not.
Especially for tush push purposes.
Definitely. What do you feel the Eagles do this season?
It's the NFC East, and all 3 other teams aren't that good, right? I do think they win the division, but I do think they're not that good as advertised.
Right.
I feel like the same offseason, the Eagles and the Eagles fans have the same exact offseason every offseason. They look amazing on paper. They look like they can compete for a Super Bowl. They look like they're the best team in the NFC. But when shit gets real, they fold up like a wet paper fucking bag. That's what happened last year, correct? They lost 6 out of the last 7.
Yeah, they folded down the stretch.
Got their ass whooped by Baker. Got their ass whooped by Tommy fucking Cutlets. Like, are we serious here? Tyrod Taylor almost beat them on the last play, or else they would have lost 8 straight games to finish the season. And don't get it fucked up. They're blaming the offensive coordinator for all this. They're blaming the offensive coordinator. No, the constant in this whole thing of bad coaching is Nick Sirianni. He's not a good fucking coach. He's not a good coach. He just hypes his player up. He's a good locker room guy. He's a good. You'll probably want to run through a wall for him, right? But as far as X's and O's, play calling, adjustments, game planning,
He stinks.
He's not fucking good, bro. He's not good, and he can have as much talent as he wants, but you play a cheap style of football. You have overpowered players, and you get them to the fucking goal line, you fucking push them in, or you'll go for it on every 4th and 1, every 4th and 2 even sometimes.
Yeah.
They play cheap, and teams figured out how to beat that cheap shit, and they got figured out real fucking quick. So I think they get off to a hot start again.
And then they shit.
The fucking bed again.
Yeah.
That's what I think the Eagles are going to do. Let's look at their schedule. Can we look at their schedule?
Green Bay, Atlanta, New Orleans.
Look, that's not an easy first 3 games, except for New Orleans. They'll beat New Orleans, but Green Bay, Atlanta is nothing to fuck around with, bro. Right. It's not.
Yeah.
I think they lose week 1.
Yeah.
I think they lose. And it's in Brazil, bro. It's in fucking Brazil.
Yeah.
I think they lose week 1. I think they can they'll pull it out against
the 2-1.
They'll go 2-1.
Stretch.
2-1.
Then you got Tampa Bay, Cleveland, the Giants.
They'll win all those.
Bengals, Jags, Cowboys, Commanders.
Hold on.
Bengals, Jags, Cowboys, Commanders.
They'll win
2-2.
2-2.
I think they lose to the Bengals, and I think they lose to the Cowboys.
They'll split the Cowboys,
but I think they'll win the later game against the Cowboys. Which
I believe that too. Go ahead.
Rams, Ravens, Carolina.
They'll lose to the Ravens.
Yep.
I think they beat the other 2.
Steelers, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants. I think they win.
They'll probably win out right there. Or they're shitting the bed again, and they lose to the Giants in the last fucking week again. That could happen as well.
Yeah.
That can
Those
happen
games
as well.
are tough because there's so many stipulations as you get down the line towards that end of the year, that week 16, 17.
I think they go what's that then? 11-6?
Yeah.
11-6, and they win the division by 1 game.
And then I think they lose to the 49ers again.
No, I think they lose whoever they play first.
Mm. Yeah.
They're going to lose to the Packers or the Lions.
Man,
I think they can lose to the Falcons in the playoffs. They can lose to any of these teams that are good in the NFC. The NFC is very competitive this year.
It is. Not that there's a lot of good teams, but it's competitive.
Every team, I mean, not every team, but the top tier teams in the NFC are all within the same tier now, I feel as if.
There's nobody that's crazy.
There's no overpowered teams. Like, yes, I think the Niners are the best team in the NFC, but I don't think it's by that much.
Yeah.
The Lions, the Niners, the Packers, the Falcons are all teams that I think are going to beat the Eagles in the playoffs. If they play any other team in the playoffs, I think they could get past the first round. But I don't think they get the bye. I don't think they get the bye this year. I think the Niners will get the bye. But the Falcons gonna get the bye, bro. Watch. I'm telling you, bro. Yeah. I'm telling you that strength of schedule.
It's in their favor, man.
They could very well be the number 1 seed in the NFC this year, bro. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Clip it. I don't give a fuck. But I think the Eagles win the division.
Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Commanders.
Yeah.
As the past years have been.
And I think, like, if the Giants are decent and are actually playing competitive ball, it's going to be between the Bears and the Giants for the second wild card.
I hope so, man. That would be exciting.
Yeah.
That would be good down the stretch. Anybody else? Oh, I mean, you're tapping in as we finish the last team, man.
Nope.
What's happening? Hope you're doing well.
Hope you're doing well. I mean, hope you're doing well, brother.
Anybody else? Anything else you wanted to tap into before we got out of here? I mean, it's going to be a fun NFL season, that's for sure. Like you said, there might not be a ton of good teams in the NFC.
I think there is. I think the top teams are. I think the top teams are good.
Well, we're going to get into the
top
teams
5 teams. And what is there? How many teams in the playoffs that make it? 6 or 7?
7 now.
5 of the 7 are great teams.
Yeah,
great teams. Great teams.
He said to come on right in time for you to say the Giants are going to be fighting for a wild card spot.
No, he's been in the whole time. He's just decided to comment right when I say something even close to being anything, bro. I've been downplaying the Giants this whole episode, and then I-Main just comes out of fucking left field. Wrap this shit up. All right. It's been a great comeback episode. I've been missing y'all. We'll be back every single week from here on out. We're going to preview the AFC next week, yep. And then we're in full fucking blast into the NFL season, baby. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, listen back. I appreciate y'all. Next week, MoSports TV. I love y'all. Peace.
Deuces.